have enough shooting? Do they have enough creation? Because you look at the depth chart behind those guys, it's Thomas Bryant as a 5, Jalen Tyson, if they keep him, Mario Hezonja. Is his shooting going to translate?
Golden State. For over a decade, that name has meant one thing above all else: Stephen Curry. 4 championship banners. A revolution in how basketball is played. A dynasty built brick by brick, three-pointer by three-pointer, around one man's impossible talent. But dynasties don't last forever. And right now, in the Bay Area, there's a question nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody is thinking. Is this the beginning of the end? Let's rewind. This offseason, the Warriors had a choice to make. A franchise standing at a crossroads, staring down years of disappointment, needed to decide: rebuild, retool, or run it back one more time. And what did they choose? They ran it back. Draymond Green, back. Kristaps Porzingis, back. Al Horford, back. DeAnthony Melton, back. Gary Payton II, back. The same core, the same faces, the same formula that has, for 4 straight years now, produced the exact same result: a trip to the play-in tournament and nothing more. No blockbuster additions, no bold swing for a second star, just more of the same. And for a franchise built around a 30-something superstar with a closing championship window, more of the same might be the most dangerous words in sports. This is where it gets serious. This is where insiders, analysts, and former players start asking the question that Golden State fans have been dreading. Is it time for Stephen Curry to leave? On national television, former NBA champion and current ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins didn't dance around it. He looked at the state of this Warriors roster, looked at the trajectory of the last 4 seasons, and delivered a message that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. His verdict: Curry needs to start thinking about his exit. Perkins pointed to something brutal but true. 4 years of play in basketball is not what a legacy like Curry's deserves. And with the Western Conference more loaded, more brutal, more unforgiving than ever, banking on the front office to suddenly get it right isn't a plan. It's a hope. And hope doesn't win championships. So if the front office won't change, maybe the roster has to. That's where the rumors begin. That's where the fantasy, or is it a warning, of a blockbuster trade starts to take shape. Enter the Houston Rockets. Imagine it. Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter to ever live, the heartbeat of a dynasty, wearing a different jersey, suited up in red instead of blue and gold. It sounds almost unthinkable. And yet, insiders are already mapping out exactly how it could happen. Here's the catch: Curry's contract makes this incredibly difficult. He's set to earn over $62 million this season alone. That kind of money doesn't move easily. Most teams in the league simply cannot absorb a number like that without blowing up their own roster. But Houston might have a path. According to NBA salary matching realities, one of the only realistic packages the Rockets could offer would center around 3 names: Fred VanVleet, a steady veteran floor general; Jabari Smith Jr., a young, promising forward with untapped ceiling; and J.D. Davison, a developing guard still finding his footing, plus draft compensation to sweeten the pot. Add it up, and you're looking at a combined package worth roughly $172 million in contracts. On paper, it balances. In reality, it would be an earthquake. Think about what this means for Golden State. Jabari Smith Jr. instantly becomes the centerpiece of a new era, a young, athletic building block with size and shooting touch, exactly the kind of player a rebuilding franchise dreams about. Fred VanVleet brings professionalism, leadership, and a track record of winning, even in the twilight of his career. J.D. Davison offers upside as a developmental piece. And the draft compensation? That's the Warriors buying themselves a future. But here's the brutal truth hiding underneath all of that value. None of it replaces Stephen Curry. Nothing does. There is no version of a trade return, no combination of prospects and picks and veteran depth that fully makes up for losing the most influential offensive player of a generation. If this trade happens, and right now it's still speculation, still a hypothetical scenario floated by analysts trying to make sense of a Warriors team stuck in neutral, it wouldn't just be a transaction. It would be a symbol, the official, unmistakable end of an era that redefined the sport of basketball. No more warm-up threes from the tunnel that make arenas erupt before the game even starts. No more logo pulls that send broadcast booths into disbelief. No more Golden State Dynasty, at least not the one we've known since 2015. And yet, here's the tension that makes this story impossible to look away from. Nothing is decided yet. Curry hasn't demanded a trade. He hasn't publicly criticized the front office. He hasn't confirmed any exit strategy. Everything right now lives in the space between speculation and inevitability, that uncomfortable gray zone where fans, analysts, and insiders all trying to read tea leaves, trying to predict the future of a superstar who has given no clear signal about what he wants. But time is not on anyone's side. Curry is approaching a contract extension decision. The Warriors are running out of runway to prove they can build a real contender around him. And the Western Conference isn't getting any easier. It's getting more loaded, more dangerous, more merciless with every passing season. So the question hangs in the air, unanswered, growing heavier by the week. Does Stephen Curry retire a Warrior? The same way he arrived, the face of one franchise, one city, one era? Or does business, roster construction, and the unforgiving math of championship windows force one of the most beloved dynasties in NBA history to end not with a celebration, but with a trade call to Houston? Nobody knows yet. Not the front office. Not the insiders. Maybe not even Curry himself. But one thing is certain. The clock is ticking. And whatever happens next, whether Golden State finds a way to reload around its franchise icon, or whether this speculation becomes reality, the basketball world will be watching every single move. Because when a dynasty this historic stands on the edge of change, you don't look away. You watch, you wait, and you wonder if this is the beginning of the end.